G'day everyone, Mitch here again, and welcome back to your favourite Model T Ford channel. So it's that time of year again. I've got to take Liz into town to renew her registration. Bit of a faff involved in it to keep the good old New South Wales government happy, but hey, what can you do? So as you've just seen, I've just gotten Liz started and just letting her warm up a bit, and then we'll head out and go and get her safety certificate organised. And then we're going to get the papers signed and on to Service New South Wales to renew the registration. Let's get going. I actually had a very narrow window of opportunity to take the Model T out and get the safety inspection done and the registration renewal. I had a very small window of opportunity to do it because we've had such bad weather recently. So as you can see here, I've just at a car wash, and the reason being, as we all know, or as any of you Model T owners will know, that Model Ts, they love to drip oil. Doesn't matter how good the seals are, the oil finds its way out somewhere, whether it comes out through the prop shaft seal. Doesn't matter how well you've got, how good those seals are, or how much grease you've packed in there, eventually oil will find its way out somewhere. And my Model T is no exception to that, so before I take it in for inspection, I take it to the car wash, put in a couple of bucks, and spray the undercarriage with degreaser and everything so that there's no visible oil drips or anything like that. Keeps the guys happy at the inspection place because they don't like to see oil dripping from a car, no matter how old it is. So the Model T has just had its annual safety inspection at Tyre Power here in Tuncurry. Yeah, it's always interesting to bring it in here and to see the young mechanics having a look at it, trying to figure out how it works. Always a good laugh. So the car had to be inspected to make sure wheel bearings are good, that sort of thing, make sure that all the lights and the horn and things like that work on it. Basically, as long as it stands up to the safety standards that it came out with, if any, 100 years ago, then that's all they're really interested in. So I'm just waiting for the brake test report. That'll be interesting. And then we'll be able to take it to get the paperwork signed and then go and get it re-registered for another year. So onwards. Okay, so the next step of the process is to come and have the paperwork signed by a responsible member of the car club of which I'm a member. Actually a member of two car clubs, but for the one that actually handles the registration for my Model T, I have to go and visit him after I've gotten the safety inspection, which I'm pleased to say the Model T passed. She always does. So we're now just waiting for my friend to arrive here from the car club to basically sign off on the papers, which I then take to Service New South Wales, which is a bit like the DMV in the US, and then they will in turn give me my registration renewal. So we'll just wait around until old mate gets here and then on with the next step. Okay, so just got the paperwork signed. That's all done. So now it's on to Service New South Wales to get the registration papers sorted out, get a new logbook and a new certificate of approved operations. God, there's a lot of paperwork to go through for a historic vehicle, but at the end of the day, not paying very much for the privilege, so let's get on with it. Okay, let's go in and get the rego papers. Okie dokie, so the good news is the Model T passed its rego inspection today, so she's good to go for another 12 months. But I thought before I wrap this video up, I will talk you through what's actually involved in, we'll just go with renewing historic vehicle registration in New South Wales. Now, to actually get the renewal for your registration for historic cars in New South Wales, I'll try and put some pictures somewhere around here as examples of what you have to do, what the paperwork looks like. So basically, what you finish up with after you've gone through the process of renewing is you get issued with a new logbook. That's one of these. And basically all that happens is you have your details of the car club that you're a financial member of, so you have to be a financial member of a recognised historic car club. And they fill out the details of that club in here, the plate number for the vehicle and the VIN or engine number, whatever identifying marks the car has. And of course the make and model and the year and so on. And then what you have is what they call a vehicle log, which you fill out each time you want to drive the car. So basically all you have to do is you fill out the date, the name of the driver, and then you sign it. A lot easier than the old system. You used to have to put where you were going from and to and all of that sort of thing. So anyway, that's your logbook. You also get issued with one of these. This is called a Certificate of Approved Operations, which says that the vehicle can legally be driven. And it also states the special conditions which apply to that historic vehicle. So in this case, it says it's with this particular motor club and it has a classic vehicle logbook and it's subject to conditions. In this case, for the under the historic vehicle scheme, it says that it's only to be used in conjunction with authorised club events or vehicle maintenance, or as I say, under the conditions of the logbook. And it says the registered operator must be a member of an authorised motoring club, which I am. 2 clubs actually. We then have the certificate of registration, which for historic vehicles is a purple sheet like this. And it basically goes through and it gives you details like the registration plate for the car, the make and model and year, your name and address, that sort of thing, and of course when the registration expires. So the way it used to be done was you had an application form to renew the registration of the car. It's been done a little bit differently now, so what you actually have is a historic vehicle declaration form, which I'll try and put a picture of one up here for you, which you basically fill that out with your name and address and the details of the car and so on and so forth. So once you've got that, so you've filled that out, you then have to book the car in for a roadworthy inspection, which in New South Wales we call that a pink slip, because the piece of paper it's printed on is pink. How original. So anyway, you go to get the vehicle inspected, so a roadworthy inspection for its pink slip, and then once you've got that, and once the vehicle has been, once they've deemed that the vehicle is roadworthy, you then take that document and your registration renewal certificate. That has to be signed off by a responsible person from the car club of which you're a member. So it's usually, so in the case of the club that I'm a member of, that person is referred to as a registrar. So it's their responsibility to maintain a true and complete record of all of the historic registered vehicles in that club. He will then put the club stamp on the historic vehicle declaration, and he'll put his signature on that, and he'll record the certificate number for the safety certificate that's issued when you get the car inspected. He'll record that number on the declaration, and once that's done, you then have to go to Service New South Wales, which is the equivalent of, if you're watching this in the States, I believe you guys call it the DMV. Take all of that paperwork to Service New South Wales, and then you give them some money, and then they will give you your registration renewal. I know it sounds complicated, but that is all the paperwork and stuff that I have to go through every year to keep the Model T on the road. I think I got this a bit back to front, but never mind. Once you've been to Service New South Wales and they give you your new registration papers, they then give you this Certificate of Approved Operations, and they issue you with a new logbook. And that's good for 60 days of use. So once your registration's approved for a historic vehicle, you can actually use it for up to 60 days for that year of registration. 60 days, I've never even come close to using up all 60 days in the Model T. It simply does not get driven that much. So that, in a nutshell, is the historic registration procedure in New South Wales, at least. So in a nutshell, that is how to basically register, or I should say renew the registration of a historic vehicle in New South Wales. I hope you enjoyed the video, as always. So thank you very much for watching, and as always, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button for us, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys and see how you guys are going out there, and if you guys have got any questions for me, please don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below and ask away. Well, that wraps up this video. I'm sorry it's been a couple of months or so since my last one. I've been absolutely flat out with work, so My apologies for not putting up any more videos. More videos than I usually do anyway. Alrighty, well, that wraps this one up, so I will sign off for now, and I'll see you next time, and stay safe out there.